look at that list, ask yourself which one that really matters. That's the focus. When can I do it? And put and schedule it out. Make sure every task needs to have a time component to it. Yesterday, Thursdays, I do my going to the office brainstorming day with my mentor. It's like my most valuable and also the busiest day of the week. And it's the day that I grow the most. We had a long day with my mentor, and at the end of the meeting, we're having a deeper conversation, and we try to define success and the reasons for success. Both of us started listing what we think is crucial, what is crucial, and it came down to these three. And let's talk it out, because I want everybody to be on the same mindset. So number one is focus. Means you not needing to do everything. I call it hyper-focus. Being so brutally focused on the top sources, top people, top clients, top leads, top everything, top tasks, top whatever you can think about. Just put whatever noun you want to put in front of it, okay? Being very conscious of what those top things are, and then doubling down, tripling down on those top things, and at the same time ignoring all the bottom ones. There's again, I just mentioned a couple of different aspects. It could be client sources, whatever you could think about. What is the top one? How can I do more of the top one? And how can I cut out the bottom ones? Over and over and over, every day, every week, every year, continuous focus on the top ones, cutting out the bottom ones. That means you stop doing everything. Module one kind of gets you focused on what those desired zone tasks are, it's not overnight thing, it's over time, delegating, eliminating, or automating all those other parts. And so you can focus on what your biggest leverage is in your life and your business. And it's something that changes over time. Your focus has changed all the time. You just have to be very conscious of it and continuously just focus on top ones and eliminate the other part. It's crucial. Eliminate the bottom ones. We're going to focus on client generation a little bit, but that really means you not trying to do everything. You're not trying to do every social media. You're not trying to do every client source. Let's go all in on the top one. Once we know that it's working, converting, then we move over to the second one, and we continue systematically do that. So that's number one. Second is implementation. Implementation, obviously we all know how important it is to implement, but being very conscious of it, that it all comes down to implementation. Again, we're not trying to do everything. We're just trying to implement what really matters for us at this moment of our life and actually doing something about it. And user implementation does not necessarily mean you. A lot of times, a lot of things that's shared in legal funnel does not mean it has to be you doing it. This is what has to be done. Whether it be you, somebody on your team, or somebody new that you hire. We put this module on about delegating. We put it up front in module 2 on purpose. It used to be later on, but we brought it up front to kind of teach you how to fish. Instead of me, giving you the fish or, whatever, I'm trying to teach you to know how to fish yourself. If you know how to hire, if you know how to go on Upwork, and for whatever you need, put up a job post, give it a day or two for people to come, send their proposals, and you hire for that. That is the fastest way to get anything done. So nothing should be stuck. There should be nothing that you've been trying to do for a while. You know how to fish, and you're able to go quickly without overthinking it. So that's from now on, implementation, either you or ideally somebody on your team. Third is you can have the focus implementation, but if you don't have the urgency behind it to actually take action immediately, it doesn't mean anything. A lot of people are kind of stuck. They do this, they do these without the urgency. What you have to do doesn't have any urgency behind it. It will either get delayed or never gets done. So always, from the rule of thumb, anything that needs to get done going forward needs to have a date and time in your calendar. It's either in your to-do list, that's in your to-do list that day that has to get done, or it's in your calendar. But make sure that there's a time component to everything that needs to be done. If you have just a list of things right now in your notepad, things you got to do, might as well just delete it. There's no point. Look at that list, ask yourself which one that really matters. That's the focus. When can I do it? And put and schedule it out. Make sure every task needs to have a time component to it. Print this out, put it next to you. It's one of those, ideas that over and over has to get ingrained, like mantra, affirmation, call it what it is, seeing it, visualizing it, whatever it is over time. If you just get yourself to see it and you live it over time, these things will be game changers for everybody to grow. Entire success comes from these 3 core ideas. All right. So for the poll questions that came in, first question was, do you have time blocked off in your calendar next week to work on growing your law firm? 80% of you have. Amazing. That's the 80-20. Amazing. Just make sure that do a double check to make sure it's a recurring time in your calendar. And also ask yourself, did I do it this week? Did I do it this week? And what was the reason why I didn't this week? And if something didn't work, you just want to adjust it. If you scheduled it in midday and you were really busy midday, experiment doing it in the morning. If the morning didn't work for you, experiment with putting it in the evening or weekend time. Be very experimental until you find your kind of like your flow zone when you're like comfortable and not distracted to do these things. So go into your calendar right now, make sure it's recurring, make sure it's a good time. And for those 4 who will block it off, please do it right now. Go into your calendar and block off that time right now. What's your top client sources? We have number 1 is referrals with 9. It's almost half of us have referrals as our top source. That's fine, but that has to change moving forward. We need to get you another client source because you cannot depend on referral sources. It's not dependable, it's not consistent. And that's probably why you joined Legal Phone, because you need to figure that part out. So today, hopefully we'll get you to focus and figure out which one is the right client source for you. I'll make sure everybody is clear on what that is. And if you already have one, then maybe you want to explore the second one. I could give you a transparent answer, what's working, what's not about those things, and hopefully give you the resources for that. Number 2 most popular is, as I expected, is Google Ads. Google Ads is probably is usually the main primary easiest source to get clients. If you're already not doing Google Ads, you probably should be. Very easy. It's number 1 consistent way to get clients. If you're not doing Google Ads, share with me which practice type that you are in, and I'll give you the clarity on whether it is or not, and I'll give you whatever that I have to share with you about Google Ads.
Lawyer Nation, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, take a moment right now to subscribe right below and turn on the bell notification to get notified every time I post a video, because right now I'm posting 5 videos a week, providing lots of value to lawyers. So click right here to subscribe, and to watch the next most relevant video, click right here. Go do it. Go watch it.